Frantz Michel, and today I'm the face of America. I was incarcerated for distribution of narcotics. I spent 15 years in federal prison. I was sentenced to life on 2 different occasions, and on November 22nd, 2016, President Obama commuted my sentence. Coming home was a big deal for me, but I think for me it was a bigger deal for my children and my parents, my family, my friends. That was the thing that was a sticking point for me while I was incarcerated, and to have the opportunity to rejoin your family, to make a difference in their lives, to get an opportunity to be with your children. I mean, there's no greater feeling than that. My name is Frantz Michel. I'm the executive director of Guns Down, and I'm also a paralegal at a New York City law firm. Well, my childhood was a very, very good childhood. I cannot complain about my parents. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was raised in East Flatbush, and like I said, I come from a 2-family parent home. I have 5 siblings, and I had a great childhood. I went to private school, but as a child, you start to make mistakes, you start to make poor choices that leads to poor decisions. And in that case, that was my situation. And I started to make some really poor choices, and that led me to incarceration. Well, my purpose of my organization is really simple. The mission of the organization of Guns Down is to break the cycle of crime, violence, and incarceration. And with the young people that I do, I bring resources to them. I bring opportunities to them. And I do it through different activities. Basketball is one. I'm about to have a game date, which is second opportunity, but I also do it through networking, finding people that could help the individual with the resources and the opportunities that they need to help them succeed. And it's a simple formula that works. It's proven. Every person that's successful has a mentor, has someone that cares about them, that helped them get to the next level. Such as myself, it was the support of my family, my friends, even people in the institution that helped me get to the next level, that helped me be released and be home with my family. So we understand the importance of mentorship. We understand the importance of bringing the resources, the opportunities to the community, so these young men and women could make a difference in their lives and make a difference in the lives of their communities. And that's what we do over there. I have a computer program. I also run a re-entry program where conflict resolution is being taught, where technology is being taught. That's extremely important, because a person goes away, a young man goes away at 17, he comes home at 47. Technology, things change every single day. How could that person reacclimate? And that's what I'm doing. My organization is prevention, to help prevent these young men and women from going to prison. And if the unlucky person that was given a sentence come home, to help them not go back to prison. Because I understand both sides of the coin. The mass incarceration problem in the United States, it's a great strain on the country. And it's a great strain on a certain set of people in this country. African Americans, we comprise of a small number of people in the country, but in the prison system, we make up the majority. And when you see such a wide array of young, brown, and black men in the prison system, it's heartbreaking. But it's not only heartbreaking for you and detrimental to you, but it's detrimental to the whole community, because each individual that's in there, they have family members, they have mothers, they have fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, children that need them. And sometimes when you look at the crimes that you're sentenced for and you're sent away, and I don't want to say, well, you know what, no one should be in prison. But when you look at the crimes that people are sent away for with exuberant number of years to do, to be sentenced, in my situation, to be sentenced to life for conspiracy to distribute narcotics is a draconian sentence. That's a terrible sentence. But what's amazing about that is I'm not the only one. There are so many individuals right now, as we speak, that's doing these type of numbers in prison and shouldn't be there. They should be given an opportunity. They should be given a second chance to return to the community to do what's right, especially if they're exhibiting these traits while they're away. after the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, 10th year, when is enough? When is enough? We preach about this is a country of second chances, but if it is a country of second chances, why can't the men and women that's doing all these sentences that we know that is wrong, that science, all studies tell you that it's wrong, it affects a certain set of people, why are they still in prison? You know, why are they still there suffering, paying a price over and over again, year after year? Why? I'm sure that Congress is aware, you know, and they're making strides. You know, I commend them on the strides that they're making, but it's not fast enough. You know, when laws are made, right? Sometimes, especially the laws that were passed for drugs in the 80s and the 90s, those laws, they were implemented really quickly. You know, they were implemented quickly. They were implemented under false pretexts. Now that the studies show and people understand that these were false pretexts that the laws were implemented under. So why is it taking so long to make the change, to make the difference? And like I'm saying, I commend Congress. I commend, you know, all the people that's working so hard. The grassroots organizations, I mean, they are amazing, bringing the story to the forefront. You know, there's so many people out there that's fighting, so many organizations that's fighting to bring men and women home, especially led by the formerly incarcerated. So these movements, and when you see a group of individuals, because there's more people that come out of prison that's doing the right thing than they are that's doing the wrong thing. And that should also be a signal of why people should be given a second chance. You know, the empirical study is there. You see men and women such as myself that come home and do the right thing. So why aren't our brothers and sisters given the same opportunity? You know, it's a shameful stigma that's attached to people that made a poor choice. Because I don't know a person in this world that hasn't made a poor choice. And if we can find that person, we probably found Jesus. So for me, when a person sits across from you and they explain to you that they made a mistake, they made a poor choice, they went to prison, but you know what? They're on the right path. They're on the right path to make a difference in their lives, to make a difference in the lives of the organization. And most of the time, people that do come home, they're the hardest working individuals you'll ever find, especially when a person gives them an opportunity and believes in them. How do you change the stigma? Well, I'm a perfect example. I was given an opportunity by Mr. Kanata, a law firm, and I've been working there for over a year now. And I've been doing excellent. He supports me on everything that I'm doing. And that's the opportunities that, not only for me, but for other young men and women, they should receive those same opportunities to show that they could make a difference, that they are capable of being a better person. Because a poor choice can land you in prison. But does that mean that that poor choice has to be attached to you for the rest of your life? If every person, the poor choices that they made, they walked around with it, if they walked around with it or they had it on a piece of paper, probably no one in this country would be hired or in the world.